Susan and Valerie have dealt with so many important issues here, and I agree. One thing, as a lawyer, I look at process. I look at what is the way that we deal with it. And I've said repeatedly, if you want to report a bullying incident, how do you do it? Who do you talk to? You know where that's described? Page 16 of the student handbook on the bottom paragraph, one line. We need to have clear processes so that people don't feel safe, if they feel they've been attacked, if they don't feel like they're getting what they need, that the students and the parents know how to proceed up the line to try to get a solution. I'm concerned about that, and I will continue to push for that, because procedures to enforce policies come from the superintendent and are supervised by the school. I think equity is not trying to get everybody the same. No. Equity is understanding that every kid faces diverse challenges, has a way to report those diverse challenges, to have them evaluated, to have them looked at by everybody in the school so that they can be given that opportunity. I don't know that we're doing the best job we could on that, and I want to continue to create policies and find resources to help with that. Safety comes. Let's face it, school shooters come from benefit. We have to create an environment where everybody who feels scared, everybody who feels dispossessed, everybody who feels they're not part of the community is addressed and given an opportunity before they start making a list.
Please ask the question one more time.
What, if any, actions would you have the district take to ensure a diverse, equitable, inclusive, and safe environment for students and teachers alike?
There's no way that any of us can adequately address this issue in 90 seconds. Okay. It is absolutely such a broad, we could spend the next few hours talking about this, truly. And the question hits very close to home for me as a father of 3 kids who each experienced teen suicide by the time they were 15. Each of my kids experienced friends and fellow classmates who committed suicide by the time they were 15. How many of you experienced that? I know I was an adult before I experienced that. It's absolutely one of the most distressing things, I think, that as a father that I had to deal with. And societal performance, parental education pressures, the cumulative effect that they have on some children is more than they can cope with. And so within the 8 to 10 hours of a school day for a child to be in our schools, what are the wraparound services that we can provide that help them to feel safe, to feel like it's an environment that they can absolutely thrive and learn and become the citizens and adults that we want them to do? Truthfully, sometimes just empowering those kids to solve some of their own problems, and because that is teaching them life skills, is something that we can increase. We can't solve all society's mental health and wellness issues, but by striving to be empathetic leaders sitting on that board, we can certainly do a better job of tackling the issue.
Thank you. That concludes the question round. We will now allow the candidates to give their closing comments, and we will start with Ms. Thompson. Ms. Thompson.
Thank you. So I'm here running for a volunteer leadership position for our district because I believe so strongly in community engagement and our role in civic responsibility. And I will promote collaborative decision-making. I understand that public education is a public service entity and that we are to provide service with the community and not at it. I believe strongly in data-driven decision-making and that it's inappropriate to make decisions based off of some national political agenda. Finally, I care a lot about Douglas County. I care a lot about our kids, and I will do the work in this position. Thanks.
Transparency and telling the whole truth. How many of us have kept double the pace of inflation on average for the last 6 years in our earnings? How many of us are getting a 10% increase this year? Because math doesn't lie, numbers don't lie. 53 million more dollars are in our district this year than last year. It's 10% in a single year. Yet we need to ask the taxpayers for even more money before we've talked about what to responsibly do with that. The last time we raised taxes was 2018. We collected it in 2019, 2020, and in 2021, They cut 30 million out of us. Every time we raise local money, the state will take it out of the other end. It has happened time and time again. So we increase our burden overall without moving any further forward. And that's the fault and the failure of the funding system, which is what the board should be addressing, tackling and educating the community on. Because unless you get the villagers angry, which is what I will intend to do, and take the capital on, nothing will change.